tell me about some type of road race that you were involved in?
This was 1954 Mexican road race. I was flying at Twin Beach, and we were covering the Mexican road race that starts down in Guatemala and ends at Juarez. Well, in the first leg, one of the race cars had broken down, and I think his repair truck hadn't got by yet, and he was waving on the road, and I just landed on the highway and picked him up and took him to the next stop.
So this was right on the highway.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was on flying a Beechcraft, Twin Beach.
oh, that's incredible. That's a really great story there and everything. But this was pretty interesting about the road race. I thought that was really funny, and the bulls was funny too. But shouldn't you kind of evened it off a little bit, having a little one heifer, one bull, something like that, to make it kind of interesting.
We had.
What went on? Did 23 come off?
Yeah, did they all
have extras?
Did they all come off? On
Yeah,
this?
we landed Anita at Tokyo, and that was the last I've seen of the cows or the bulls.
Oh, you didn't bring them back, huh?
What you were mentioning about flight time,
Yeah.
in the Connie's flying international, we had a bunk room in it.
Oh, okay.
We would carry 3 pilots and 2 flight engineers.
Okay.
And that way somebody'd always be in the bunk.
Okay.
And back then, the rules were a little more liberal than they are now. You were limited to quarterly time and double your flight time off when you get back to your home base.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty interesting. I like that. Now, was the bunk right up in the front of the plane, or was it towards
Right behind, in a section right behind the cockpit.
Okay.
You'd have an upper and a lower, and there were double bunks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And sometimes maybe the stewardess would like a little nap.
Yeah. That's terrific. That really is. I like that one. Was there anything kind of ever kind of funny? Did anybody ever roll out of the bunk like during a thunderstorm or something, or you hit an air pocket or something? Did anybody ever roll
No,
out of
nobody fell out.
Huh?
They were pretty well secured.
Strap yourself in on those things. Huh?
But then I also flew C-46s and DC-3s.
Mm-hmm. DC-3's been around forever, it seems.
Yeah, some of those had 9-cylinder Wrights. Some of them had 14-cylinder Pratt & Whitneys.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now those, they were, I don't know, let me see. I'm trying to think about the history of the DC-3.
Looney Bird.
Yeah, the Goonie.
That started as a DC-2, and they made it a little bigger and made a DC-3 out of it.
Uh-huh. Now that was used for everything from cargo to paratroopers to
What-
the USO
oh, yes.
shows around.
But when they first started, the only ones that had them was the major airlines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that didn't start off as a military plane at all.
Well,
Not initially, anyway.
not initially. It was, they first, I think it was American, had the sleepers. You could,
Okay.
and the first ones had 21 passengers. And then when the small feeder lines got them, I think they went to about 29 passengers. They just jammed the seats in.
Mm-hmm. So even in those days of much cheaper fuel and stuff like that, it was
Oh, yeah.
still everybody was budget conscious and stuff like that.
Now, a DC-3, with all the later modifications on, I think the maximum takeoff weight was 26,200 pounds. And I flew to C-46s, and they were, max takeoff was 48,000.
Now, how big a crew did a 46 have?
Pilot and co-pilot.
That's it?
Yeah.
2 people. Almost just about like today's stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They've gone from, you went from 2 up to a full complement, and now with all the computers on board, everything, you're back down to 2 people again.
Yes, but if something goes wrong, you'd be in a pretty bad shape. Just like the supermarket, when the computer goes out, the cash registers are dead. They can't do any business.
Kind of hard to dead stick one of those big ones, huh? All right then. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this? That you got a funny story about something, or something you add or want to say in this, and I'd like to let everybody know.
We did a lot of contract work for various airlines, and when Jamaica was under British control, they were bringing cheap workers into London, and the people kind of got up in arms about it. So British Overseas gave us the contract, Jamaica to London. And we were just east of Cape May, New Jersey, and a lightning strike hit the antenna wires for the HF.
Okay.
And it was hitting the side of the airplane. The antenna's pretty good size, about as your size of your little finger. And boy, those people from Jamaica, every time it hit the side, they would be moving their heads around.
That sounds, it sounds pretty scary to have something, keep hitting the side of the airplane like that. It would be kind of a jolt. So I guess probably nobody slept, and everybody kind of stayed awake the rest of that flight.
Yeah.
A lot of praying going on?
I don't know what was going on. But it was all kind of routine. A lot of long days put in, though.
Mm-hmm. Would you recommend a pilot's career to somebody young today that was maybe thinking about learning how to fly and working for the airlines or flying in the military?
Well, one thing, if you get on with the airlines, you'll moan and groan until you get a high seniority number. Mm-hmm. And everything is, runs are bid, equipment is bid, and the lower seniority numbers, they don't have as high a paycheck because they're flying cheaper equipment. And they kind of moan and groan, but a high seniority number kind of takes care of everything.
Because if you, as people leave, you move up and you get a little bit better paycheck, and you get to fly the bigger, more sophisticated aircraft. What aircraft fascinates you today that you've seen or you read about, or?
I think the new Dreamliner that Lockheed's coming out with, excuse me, a Boeing's coming out with.
That 777? I think that's that Dreamliner.
It's the Dreamliner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was watching a program on TV the other day, and it's built for comfort of the passengers, mm-hmm. and it's built for economy of operation.
Uh-huh. So everything's, high-tech, computerized, fly-by-wire, no more cables running down on the wings and stuff.
I kind of get worried about flying by wire, though.
Okay, well that's great then. So I guess we're just gonna wrap that up right now. It's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure meeting you people.
Okay, once again, thank you very much, and happy flying.
Yeah.